everybody, I'm back. And I am having a chat with my friend Cara, who is extremely talented, really hardworking, and she seems to be able to have a skill in 18 different worlds that she can do. It's very phenomenal. And I just wanted to highlight all of the FeliciaDay3D team, of all the people who are helping out. And I thought Cara seemed like a really good idea. Hi, Cara.
Hey, I think you're on my end. You're cutting out a little bit, so if I'm like, huh, that's probably why.
Oh,
it might
no.
be my internet. Oh, I could hear that. I could hear that super well.
Okay, I'm very loud, so it's probably going to come out as whenever I can do it. I don't know why it's saying audible.com. Anyway, hi everybody. Thank you for being here. Cara, I can't wait to chat about all the things that you do because you are definitely a lady of many talents. Can you talk a little bit about how you got into this crazy world of not only professional award-winning mini painting, but then graphic design? Which came first? Which came second? What is going on?
So everything that I have done professionally, I have accidentally fallen face first into with like no training.
Me too.
So when I was a kid, my actual dream was to become a famous actress and then buy a big mansion and fill it with cats. Like that was the life plan. That was what I was going to do. I had it all mapped out. And my parents were like, no, don't. You can't do acting. That's not a reasonable thing.
It's sensible, but not good to have your dreams quashed, but it is a very sensible thing to tell a child.
Yeah, it's a sensible thing.
My daughter had a performance at her school the other day, last week, and she was like third row, like going like this. I mean, like there was no show kid in her at all. She like literally looked terrified the whole time. Like she didn't want to be there. And she's the most vivacious, like curious, outgoing kid. And on a stage, she was like, ugh. And I said to her, I'm like, oh, not everybody needs to be an actor. And behind her, I was like, yes.
Yeah, well, my actual response to my parents to that was because I figured it actually was harder to be an artist. And so I just looked them dead in the eye and was like, well, at least I don't want to be an artist.
Yeah.
And so many years later.
You are an artist in many
I'm an artist.
Areas. Yeah.
And then I found out when I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender that being an artist was actually like a legitimate job that you could do. And I started out actually wanting to do like 2D pre-production, and that's what I thought I was going to school for. I went to the University of Texas at Dallas for their arts and technology animation program. And then my very first year, well, actually at orientation, they said, for all of those who want to do graphic design, leave, like go find another school because we're not a graphic design school. And I was like, awesome. I don't want to be a graphic designer. Awesome. Like that's just, and then that year they also burned down all the 2D art programs, and they're like, we're going full 3D. And I'm like, well,
no, that's like not what you signed up for, right?
Yeah, well, I ended up carving my own path and doing like independent studies with teachers and stuff. So I come from a cartooning background actually, and in the middle of all of that, I became an officer in the game development club, because I started doing 2D art for games. And through that, I started working on club posters.
Wow, somebody...
That's great.
Somebody... Was that a motorcycle, or was it a leaf blower?
That is what sounds like a lawnmower. I hope that's not... Trying to turn the volume down. That's amazing.
Do you have some earphones, maybe?
Yeah, they're actually... Whoops. I've actually got earphones.
They're in. Oh, okay. They're in there. But who knows? It's fine. It's not that bad right now.
See if I can adjust the volume in any way.
Hi, Everly. Thank you so much. Is it bad if I'm playing Overwatch 2 in the background while I'm watching this? No, absolutely not. If you can multitask, get it going on.
Totally.
So you basically had to create your own independent studies degree at the college because they eliminated all the things that you were actually studying at the time? That sounds crazy.
All the things. And so I started doing club posters, and some of the staff at the university caught on, and they were like, hey, we need like a graphic artist. Could you do it for us? And I went, no, I don't think so. This is kind of just like a side thing. And they're like, we'll pay you. And I was like, Oh, you know.
Oh, wait,
Now
I'm
that you
sorry.
say
This is
that.
a gig. I will learn how to do anything for a gig.
Oh, yeah, like, yeah, cool. And so I somehow ended up a year after that landing an internship with Discovery of Communications on their consumer products team, and that was amazing. That was my launch into professional graphic design, was just winging it.
Wow. Okay. But you are very good at what you do. I mean, like, if you guys have seen
Thank
the
you.
logo on the FeliciaDay3D, I wish I could share a screen. I guess you could share a screen if you want, I think, on this program. But if not, it's fine. She also does all the thumbnails. She designed the header. And if anybody's done anything on the internet, you know that it's the biggest pain in the ass to have to get these small graphics, but it literally makes such a big difference in the presentation of everything that you do. She also made me a whole brand package thing, which I was like, oh, this seems professional. I've never had this. And then she, this month, really helped design the necklaces for, let me go get them, for the latest horoscope signs. Can you talk a little bit about that and that kind of design, how you jumped in and helped out on those?
So that actually came through with my illustration training. I was able to quickly pivot into that, and just like the graphic design process, where I pitched Felicia several designs with every kind of iteration. Um, I would come up with 5 different looking doodles with different kind of looks and feels. Because really, what you're trying to do when you do visual design is you're telling a story. You're trying to make the person feel a certain way by just the way you're looking at things. For instance, with Felicia's branding, it has a lot of fun colors. It has a lot of fun shapes, and it's really energetic. And you're trying to just do that.
Brian.
And for the necklaces, we were trying to come up with dynamic designs that filled the space and all kind of tied together. Daniel had already made the crab for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were trying to mimic that and come up with something that would look cohesive as a set.
Yeah, I initially had the idea that we'd do a crab, but like it's an RPG crab, and I was like, that has no dignity. We don't need a crab with like blades on
Get a little wizard
the
hat.
end. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. These are some, you guys can print these up. These earrings Daniel actually designed. And then Cara and Daniel and Christine, like all of them kind of came through because we were trying to accelerate the release schedule. I actually, I gave the Gemini to a friend of mine who, it was her birthday, so I have to print another one up. But these are the gorgeous Leo and Virgo. And they're so pretty. And this is the first one I think we worked on together, right? The lion.
The Leo, I think so.
Yeah,
no, Gemini. Gemini was first.
The Gemini was first. Oh yeah, and we did a lot of iterations of that one. And the fact that, again, what I love about this whole process with working designers and all that stuff, we're always, it's all like, oh, we did it. It looks good, but it's not quite there. Let's tweak it. And all of us come to a conclusion. It's like, oh, that's it. It looks great. So it's interesting, the whole process. Like, you're just constantly iterating, and you have to be okay with doing something that's not quite there, but it gets you to the next place, right?
Yeah, and I've actually had friends who have kind of commented on the fact that we are a team of designers, and there are a lot of great ideas bouncing around. And I've had people go, it's designed by committee. That sounds like, interference, people getting involved. Like, no, all of the people on the team, including yourself, are absolutely brilliant, have really cool ideas, and it just allows for new, fresh perspectives.
Yeah, I don't think. I've been in many places where it's designed by committee, and that's not fun because everybody's compromising. I think if you have people working together and you're all like excited about each person's input, I think that is collaborative design, versus design by committee is nobody really ends up happy with the end result, which is not the case with not any of these things we've been working on together. This is a really interesting question. Art Glitch asks, did you suffer imposter syndrome during that time when you were hired and you basically didn't exactly know what you were doing?
I still do, man. I still do. And the funniest thing about all of this is I was actually brought onto the project by Kyle Van Patten of Moonlight Minis. You guys were in discussion, you needed a graphic designer, and he was like, I know someone. And he brought me in, and I cannot tell you the level of anxiety I felt that first week. I thought I was going to screw up, thought I was going to bomb. And I was actually talking to someone, because I said I was working for a celebrity, I couldn't say who. And they were like, if you're working for a big personality, it's okay to be nervous. And I'm like, no. to me, you are.
Oh, thank you.
And they were like, it's perfectly natural. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm worried about. I mean, Felicia seems awesome. I didn't say Felicia, but the person seems awesome. But it's the Van Pattens. I'm terrified.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're kind of, I just want to tell you, they're kind of holy terrors. You know what I'm saying? They're holy terrors. So
they are so talented too. Like just
no, they are. They're wonderful.
They've never seen me work in a professional capacity before. I was their mini painter for Moonlight Minis, their studio painter. Yeah. But they'd never seen me live in the full process from first iteration and thumbnails to the final product. And I was terrified.
I mean, listen, I think that they endorsed you very highly. And the fact that we got to work together is so exciting. Oh, wait. And also, I didn't know you were an award-winning horse trainer. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so Christy and I have this joke that we give each other titles, like international fashion designer and cake baker Christine Van Patten. Like anytime we show up in a forum, and so now she's reversing this on me. She's given it back after just years of.
Oh wow! So she's just dishing it out because now. How do you guys know each other, Kyle and Christy? How do they know?
Well, so it's actually funny. I had revered Christy as a sculptor for a few years. I started mini painting back in 2019, and I had learned of her through Reaper miniatures. I started noticing that a lot of the minis I gravitated to looked very similar and had a slightly distinct style, and I started noticing the name Christine Van Patten. I remember taking a tour at the Reaper Miniature Factory, and John over there, John's the amazing community manager, and
I'm sorry.
And
I have a brain that works on different things. I know, it's Codex. It's crazy. Yeah. So you admire, you admired her work, because that's what I love about the Guild Minis and Christine's style. It's like, there's nothing like it.
And I remember talking to John, and I'm like, I wish I could meet this person one day. She seems like someone I would want to be friends with. And then we ended up encountering each other during ReaperCon, and she asked me to paint stuff for her, and my head nearly exploded. Like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me.
And like, you're an incredible painter. Let me go get the Codex and more. I'm clearly not prepared, but let me go.
I've got her Nimue right here.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love the highlights that you use. Let me get Codex and work.
Thank you. Also got
this is a very fun. It's a fun contrast to show about. It's a fun contrast to show people. And I'm using, somebody asked what kind of streaming software you're using. I am using StreamYard, because I keep going to other platforms, and StreamYard is just so easy to get multiple people on screen. I can change from this to this, like it's so easy. I can go single. It's just, you can do it all yourself. And then if one of us is sharing our screen, you can also add that. You can also put banners on. It's just really very user-friendly. So here's the Codex that Cara painted. I mean, it's okay, but let's talk about the one that I painted.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Yeah. So it's Tammy Faye Baker called and wanted her eyelashes and lips back. Is it gross to look at the amateur hour next to you and be like, wow, I know how to, look at the orb, guys. Look how she did the orb. It is so beautiful.
It's not gross at all. Because honestly, the best part is when I started in the Reaper community, they embraced me immediately. Like, it didn't matter what skill level you're at. As long as you want to be part of the hobby, they'll just take you in, wrap their arms around you, and show you around. And
I mean,
I love watching people grow like you. And I was just like so jazzed that you actually started painting.
we did it. Did I tell you that? Oh, did I post a picture in the Discord where my daughter stole my Baba Yaga hut, and we had painting day, and I was painting Vork, and she was painting Baba Yaga hut. Obviously, she did it. She did a really good job. She was, as careful as I've ever seen her be. But then she was like, "Mom, I want to help you with Vork." I'm like, "No, this is mine. Go get another one. Go get another miniature out of the bin, okay? Because I'm not dealing with this. You're not going to touch Vork."
I did print extra copies of Zebu and Tinkerballa because I'm paranoid when I print stuff and get it off supports. I'm scared I'll break them. So when I'm like, okay, I'm painting for Felicia this weekend, I'm printing 3 copies of each to make sure.
Oh God! But you have a resin printer, right? Because resin with minis, it's better to have resin printers. Although I'm going to be printing on the filament printer, and it should be okay, right?
Should be great, especially if you're using like really small layers.
Yeah.
I find resin tends to be smoother, but it's kind of gross to work with.
Yeah, I don't want to work with the fumes. We have a good question. Love hearing of the client designer workflow process. It's cool to hear behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, can you talk, one of the ones that you were instrumental in creating this month, and I don't have the physical one yet. I think Kyle sent it to me, but I don't have it yet, is the free download, you guys. It's for Pride Month, and it has a rainbow behind it. And let me see if I can, let's see. I'm going to try to get a picture of it up. I am clearly not. But anyway, it's a little keychain. It's a free download. You can print it in multiple filament colors and customize them to whatever rainbow you want. And it has a Charlie Bradbury-ish dedicated Vulcan hand in front of it. And we wanted to sort of make something to honor Pride Month, but also Thangs has agreed that if we have any subscriptions, they're going to donate 50% to a charity that supports LGBTQIA plus issues. So, which I think is amazing. And I wouldn't, I work with Thanks because they are really good people behind the scenes. I love them so much. So can you talk about that process? Because we really didn't know what to do. I was like, well, we could have a big hand that has a rainbow in it. And then you came up with the rainbow behind. How did that happen?
So it's funny because I don't know how FDM printers work. I actually did this very first kind of terrible concept just to try to figure out like how things work. Like I had like the hand and an outline around it and tried to like slot colors in. And Kyle was like, just don't worry about pastry chef. And Kyle was like, don't worry about the actual FDM stuff because I don't know anything about FDM printing due to the resin background. He's like, we'll set that up. Just come up with a little drawing. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And this is actually a hard one to talk about the process with because I just came up with a doodle going like, hey, would something like this work? And Kyle was like, yeah, let's run with that one. Like there was no additional. I'm like, here's one with sparkles and one without sparkles. And everyone went sparkles. I'm like, okay.
Yep. That's and we were like, sparkles. When will we get to purchase some of the print? Yes. So you can get the files at thanks.com/FeliciaDay3D. If you want to buy the actual minis, you can buy just the minis at moonlightminis.com. They are a retailer and they do sell the minis that you could order in resin and paint. The other things, you just have to print them up. But like I said, a lot of places, there are a lot of maker labs in your local places, and you could find a maker lab, make some friends there. It would be a nice community to learn from. And Bamboo is having a big sale today. So if you're interested in like an entry-level printer, the A1 is like super easy to use, super friendly. I think it's like $250 or something. So it's like 20% off today and for the next week or something. And all the filament is on sale. I ordered like another 7 filaments. I've got to get printing. So right now is a good time to get into it, whether you're going to dip your toe in or not. So yeah, the keychain is beautiful and I just love it so much. So how did you see the iterations going by? Like some of them really messed up, right?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I was scared because I didn't know how it was going to go. I know nothing about the FDM, so I was like, did I design it wrong? How do the colors blend together? And then I had also, if you watch my Instagram, I show the original concept and the outline's actually black.
Yeah.
And Kyle pointed out that you can't switch from black filament to the other colors really quickly, so it ended up white. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how that looks in comparison, but it ended
It
up
looks
looking
really
beautiful.
good. It really looked good. And it's a free file, you guys. So you can go download it right now. Oh, I was going to get the picture. Okay. Please
And I
talk
think
amongst
Daniel was
yourselves.
actually sending me one.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, Daniel's going to like a craft fair in Oregon, and he's going to be able to give them away or sell them or something. I don't know, but I'm very excited about that. So if you're in Portland, Oregon, and you follow Daniel, which is Kaizen 3D prints, you might be able to find a place where they're selling some of the stuff, and he's not going to do any more of it. You know, he's like, I'm not doing any more craft boots because I have too much commission. So if you want to get that
his
thing,
work is incredible.
I know his work is just stunning. Does this make you, I know, have you done a lot of 3D printing modeling, and are you tempted to do more now?
So it's funny, that's the one. So I consider myself a jack of all trades for this project,
Yeah.
except for, ironically, the 3D modeling part. And this is a
Yeah.
3D project. But I actually have won awards at RickBurCon for my sculpts. I haven't sculpted that many things, but one of mine is this is my D&D character, Brunhilde. She is a barmaid barbarian.
Oh, wow.
And,
Oh, she's good. Wait, let me get that. Oh no.
oh.
Oh, how do I make
I
you
don't know.
single? There we go. There we go.
Hey. So she has a little Stein, and I painted her up. I actually started with an illustration. I think you can see on my Instagram, and actually my thanks profile. I'm just Cara.curly on there. My banner. Oh yeah, Kyle was just like, I got this, Cara, give me art, and that's how a lot of these projects start. But my thanks banner is the progression of the original illustration, costume design through the sculpt to painting of Brunhilde. So
It's really cute. It's a real cutie. Where did you find that mini? Is that another Christine mini?
oh no, that mini, I made it. I sculpted it.
Oh, you sculpted it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
sculpted
that's so
it.
cool. She's really adorable.
Surprise, I do that too.
I mean, listen, as a woman who literally is like, oh, can you just pick a lane? I'm like, no, thanks.
No,
I want to
I get bored.
show. There we go. Can you see that? Oh boy. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
See, so now you can see, guys, these are all the things we have. And also we have extra Midnight Minis. If Claysmell asked if the donation goes to last month's, no, it's just new subscribers this month. 50% of the subscription fee will be going to a LGBTQTA plus charity. So I think that's wonderful. Award-winning chainsaw artist Cara Curley really is interesting. What other awards has she had bestowed on her?
He knows the answer to this, but if you widescreen, there's actually a miniature golden Sophie trophy in the background by my TV.
Oh, that's amazing.
I got first place at RickBurCon in the diorama category last year, which was a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. How long did it take you to paint that mini?
Okay.
The award-winning one. The award-winning one. Yeah, the award-winning one.
So I did a few hours of cleanup after this, but it was an 18-hour sprint, which is for an award-winning mini like that, very, very fast.
Oh,
I'm a speed painter. As you guys noticed, the Codex and Vork minis, it was like
you had to do those really fast.
Yeah, it was like 3 days before launch. They're like, oh my gosh, what if we got these painted, that we would need like a really fast turnaround. And I'm like, yeah, it's not like you've got an award-winning speed painter in your midst or anything.
Yep. I mean, it really worked out. Do you see? Oh, and also we went through this whole iteration of reprinting everything so they all match, which I was really proud of. And like you made all these thumbnails and you figured out how to put everything we needed, including the attribution to the designer, all that stuff. on these, which I really appreciate because, yeah, we should always celebrate people. Anyway.
Can I talk about the one I'm most proud of?
Yes.
So it's that Mother's Day necklace. Now, Daniel had provided a beautiful picture, but it didn't have like the top or bottom or the regular bust. It was just like it was a rectangle. I'm like, man, this needs to be on a bust or something. And so I actually spliced together someone else's kind of stock art bust and cut out the individual pieces of all of the gems. And then color matched it, and then realized there was mesh underneath it because he prints on like tulle.
Oh yeah, he prints on tulle.
So I ended up photoshopping in a layer of mesh underneath. So if you zoom in, it's still there.
Wow.
And like nobody except for me would ever look for that. Except I'm just that ornery.
I mean,
about
it's
stuff.
flawless. And then it was so pretty. I was like, can we put that on the header? Hey, look at this. We have Tink Arbala, Area 52. Tink, yeah, we have a Tink and a Zabu. We have Tink and Zabu miniatures this month, and I just got Christine's Clara, and I'm like in love with it so much. It might be my favorite one so far.
She's so incredible at sculpting. She knocks my socks off.
You know, I didn't want. These characters are not supposed to look like the actors. I wanted to make sure that so that's why this one's so hot. The character, the mini is hot. It's not based on Cindy. Heart. Anybody else have a couple questions? I have to log off in 2 minutes. Any other last minute questions with Cara? Well, I'm sure that we'll be chatting with her later too. I just wanted to make sure that we had the whole team celebrated and out there. Please follow her on I Draw Carolines, and we'll have to do an Instagram chat next week, Cara.
I would love to.
I have to go do Bridgerton reviewing, which, this show, it's so good and bad at the same time. Those minis look like they just stepped out of a campaign. I know. They killed some people. How to get started in mini painting? Any recommendations? Peachy Night Owl asks.
Oh man, that's an entire another session. And poor Felicia, she'll ask a simple question, and then I'll just like write an essay of like, well, here's what you need, here's how you can purchase, here's some techniques that you, and like, I'm like, I'm going to just scare this woman with all sorts of things.
No, you are so incredible. And I love that you are so specific. You're just like me. I have to cover all the bases too. And I'm like, oh, I have somebody who's just like me in this project. Reaper Minis has a learn to paint kit. I did get one of those and I gave it to my daughter. It's very nice. And it has like some instructions in it. And we went over it. She ignored most of it, but she did steal a lot of my gold and silver paints from my master collection and put it in hers. But it really is amazingly fun. It really is.
I will say one thing. And I'll also try to be quick. One thing I did send Felicia at the very start was my favorite colors. I have a selection of about 50 that I lean on, that I know all work together, and you don't have to like stress about building color palettes. And if anyone reaches out to me, I will go ahead and just send you my list and colors that all work well together. That's a great start.
Yeah, but what is the color that everybody knows you for?
Oh, what's no. Color
okay. It's burgundy.
Wine.
Burgundy
it's
wine.
Burgundy wine. It is a joke among the Reaper community.
That Cara always uses burgundy wine.
Yes.
Did you use it on this?
Yes. So every single mini I do is based in burgundy wine. A lot of people do zenithal to like mimic the light. I just go straight one color. And
I love it. I mean, it's
so beautiful
great. I'm going to take inspiration I just honestly don't know how you painted this many aspects to such a small figure.
So another thing you can do
comprehensive.
Here's little.
Look at the hair. Oh yeah, I want to get one of those. Look at the hair, guys. Compared to my hair, which, again, this was my first mini ever. I actually think I did the hair better than other things I did, but look at the smoothosity. Can't get this in here.
I should show you guys my first mini, like back in October 2019. They're not great. They are not great.
But you have to start somewhere. And I can't, just the fact that I'm able to do this with my daughter and we both were like super intent, it makes me so happy. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Cara is a burgundy wino.
Yeah, it does make me sound a little bit of a wine mom, but I swear it's a paint color.
It is totally a paint color, but you know why moms are hot right now. You guys, if I will be streaming Monday and Friday next week. We will definitely be chatting with Cara on Instagram at some point next week. So if you have more questions, I will post in the Discord about it. And I will see all of you next week. Thank you, Cara. You're wonderful. I'm so glad to work with you and blessed to have your creativity around me at all. Really, you're
And you
wonderful.
are amazing to work with as well. You're a
Okay.
delight.
I told you to say that.
Yeah, she pays me.
Exactly. All right. Bye, you guys. Bye.